Hi everybody, Chi-Chi over there and Sarah here with the Big Blue House Homestead. I took the break yesterday from doing videos because I wanted to spend the time cleaning up the garden. That was my biggest stress when the storm hit us the other night. I was afraid that I'd lost a lot more than I actually did. I did lose about a dozen plants, had some damage to some. Got another jar with suckers in it because they broke a bunch of branches off some of my larger tomato plants. And you know, just normal things are going to happen like that. But the garden has popped back and it's doing a lot better, and the damage in the yard wasn't as bad as I expected. Now we got the kids cleaning up today, but we did almost lose our pool. I guess the winds were forceful enough that as it pushed it in and we got hit with branches, it put a hole in it. And I didn't realize when I was filming, but it was actually a lot fuller before the storm. And I was so concerned about the storm and the damage to the garden itself that I didn't even focus on the pool until the next morning, and that's why I've been off YouTube for a day, because I had to clean up and do some major repairs. And then looking at the pool, we now have to buy a kit and we have to put all the glues in and patches, and if that doesn't work, we're going to work with Flex Seal. So if you've ever used Flex Seal, let me know, does it really work? Because that's our next step, is to really fortify it. If we fill it now, we're just going to lose it completely. And it was a big investment for us, you know, $600 for a pool that's supposed to last us for years and years and years to come. I don't want to lose it now, and I really want to protect it and get it filled because we're ready to swim. We've been ready to swim, just setbacks like always. So anyway, kids are out cleaning up some of the mess. I've been working yesterday, getting a lot done. It was kind of scary waking up in the morning. I drank my tea, did my normal morning routine, and came out to start working and noticed like a lot of noise. And so I glanced around, and not only were there work crews up and down the road, I guess there's a lot of fallen trees, but there were work crews that were just, you know, regular work crews, but there were military vehicles. Now, I live close to a military base, military campsite, I'm not sure, military park, I guess is the best way to put it. Don't want to mention the name of it, but I live close to that. So having the military come over and drive through with military vehicles, and we had big military helicopters going over top. There must have been some really big, substantial damage in the area. It's not something you expect. It's definitely very secluded, wooded area, but to get hit with a storm like that, yeah, we lost power. We had all kinds of issues after that. It was just, you know, scary to wake up to, having military driving down your road. You don't expect that for a storm unless it was really bad. So obviously it was worse than I thought. So anyways, let's go do some updates on the garden and show you how everything's surviving and doing, and we'll just finish cleaning up today and get everything done. Okay, so we were able to prop the hen boxes back up. It didn't really damage the structure. It did kind of sort of mess up the fence behind it, but that was an easy fix, and all my girls are coming over saying hi. Newt, knock it off. That's the mean rooster. He's going to have to go soon. But yeah, chickens survived. Everything looks great over here. And like I said, we didn't have too much damage on the hen boxes because that's important, especially with 14 laying hens. You know, you got to have room for them to have eggs. So that was good. Did have some fallen trees down in this area and along with the back field. So, you know, just things that happen during storms. All right, so my artichokes took a little bit of a hit. They've got some damage to the plants here and there, but I think they're bouncing back pretty good, so I'm not too much worried about them. I'm just going to give them some more time. And then I need to look into if I need to prune off these bottom leaves because some of them look really bad. Like you can see with that one, it just almost buried in the dirt there. So yeah, just got to take care of these guys a little bit. All right, so the sunflowers popped back up. Very grateful for that. This is actually the best sunflowers that I have in my garden. I have some here and there, but the rabbits have come through and eaten a lot of them, and then I've had deer issues as well, and so I was really hoping to at least get one nice little line of sunflowers. So with all of those being where they're at, I think they held up pretty good, stood back up straight, and they look wonderful today. I gave them 24 hours. The entire garden got 24 hours to kind of bounce back. So hopefully these start to thrive even more and we get bigger sunflowers soon. These melons are the ones that were underwater. They really looked horrible yesterday. They were completely covered in mud and muck, and it's probably still pretty heavily soaked over here. So luckily melons can take a lot of water. If I would have put anything else down here, it probably would have just died. But I've already had to come through and trellis beans. A lot of these lima beans that were already connected, when the storm hit, they started to fall. So I've had to come through and rewrap a lot of these. Same with most of my beans. A lot of the vining beans I've had to go back and rewrap, along with like cucumbers and some of the melons that I'm growing on trellising, and it's just been a mess. Okay, overall, garden beds on this side of the garden are doing pretty well. Some of these tomato plants did take a nice hit, but they're bouncing back. I've got a lot of leaf curl where they're stressed. I had some that actually popped the tape on. This one right here was actually tied up, and unfortunately it just broke the tape off, and I don't understand why I didn't do it all the way down the row. But you can see I've got tomatoes setting on them, so they're still doing well. They're getting taller, getting bigger, and I came through and I'd pruned, but I'm gonna have to prune again. I just see rain damage on the bottom and lots of this really nasty just leaf curl. So they may need to get a dose of fertilizer just to boost them up. Too much rain. Yeah, and see, this is what I was meaning. These were all wrapped up and already tied around, but the wind blew them down, so now I'm having a hard time retraining them. I've come through and I've wrapped them, but I don't know if they're just in shock. So I just come out here every few hours and try to retie them up and see what I can do. Just one of those things. This pepper section is actually my Jimmy Nardello peppers. They bounced back okay, but you can see how weedy it is now. I've got a lot of weeding to get done again. Once you hit rains like this, then things just go crazy and grow fast and can't keep up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get out here and weed today. But yeah, I'm excited. You can see tomatoes starting to set. These are my mortgage lifters. So yeah, doing great. As long as they're still producing and they're doing what they need to, that's all that really kind of matters. Just want healthy, strong tomato plants. All right, so this zucchini plant is suffering. I can see all the yellowing going on in these leaves, and they're kind of wimpy, not as strong and sturdy as the rest. I do have a little bit of squash bug laying eggs again. But what I'm thinking about is this is probably one that needs extra calcium or something. When it rains a lot like this, your soil gets drained really quickly. So I probably just need to come out and give these all some extra fertilizer and just give them an extra little bit of love and see what happens. But yeah, definitely got to pick. I got a lot of zucchinis over here. Yep, lots of zucchinis. But you can see how muddy the plants are. I mean, that just came through so hard and heavy. All right, this melon trellis got hit pretty hard. A lot of the stuff that I had already started to train up ended up getting knocked back down. I'll try to see if I can get these up as best as I can. If not, then I may have to just resort to getting some tape or some twine. See, like this one should have been way farther up. But I really need to get these nice and strong again. Get them all back up. Got all kinds of vines laying. It was just a terrible storm. And these are all of my Tigger melons. They'll fill up this cattle panel, and then I'll have just melons growing everywhere. So yeah, lots more training, even though I've been doing this for 24 hours now. My onion flowers got knocked pretty hard. They're no longer standing 100% straight. I'm still giving them some time. But at least my Kentucky Wonder pole beans made it. They're all the way at the top and getting lush and beautiful. So this is filling out really, really nicely. I've had flowers set now, so let's see if we're getting any beans. Yep, see, I've got, all right, right here I have blossoms, and right here I have blossoms dying, and you can see that little green bean growing right there. Look, I'll just remove that. See, a little green bean. So yeah, starting to set beans now. But it's a beautiful trellis, completely full of beans. Okay, I have to admit, I purposely neglected this bed some. These are where my Romano beans are, and the deer have already come through and eaten the tops off some. So I did leave a lot of weeds in here, but I know where my bean plants are, and I just need to come through and clean this up. But with all the rain that we've had, I mean, you can see how big these weeds are. All right, these corn still were knocked over. They've got some ears set on them already, so I'm going to come out and cage these guys up. I was trying to give them just a little more time. They seem like they want to pop up, but they're not doing the best. So I'm just gonna stay focused on them today and see if I can get those to survive. That way I can have these corn for possibly seed or maybe early eating. It's enough ears for the family, so we'll see. But yeah, always something. Okay, so these peppers suffered a little bit. I lost a couple plants in here. I won't point out like every inch of damage that I had, what I lost and so forth. But yeah, this bed, I definitely need to come in and give them some sort of support system. Try to hold them up. I don't want to lose these peppers. These are my Grand Bell multicolored mix, and I should get everything from yellow to red to orange, possibly white and green, what the package showed. So we'll see. But yeah, I got to work on this today too. Just kind of a big mess. All right, so sometimes it's good to have a lot of rain. This is my hugel mound, and you can see all this green. That's where those zinnias are starting to pop up. Those were actually planted from waste, things that I would normally throw away, but I still have a lot of viable seeds, and it's working. I got zinnias starting. All right, it looks like the currant tomatoes are hitting the hardest. Yeah, I don't know if it's blight, but I have a ton of yellowing going on in these plants. So I'm going to come out and give them some fertilizer and try to give them some love. But yeah, I'm going to pick one of these little tomatoes. I'm going to show you how big they are. They're not ripe yet. But that's the size of currant tomatoes. They're teeny tiny. So that one's underripe, but they'll turn red, just like a standard tomato. But yeah, I love them. They're one of my favorite little tomatoes. All right, so overall, it survived. Yard still has some damage. We've got gutters to fix. Didn't have too much damage with the duck area or the chicken coop area, just the one little thing with the hen boxes. Just little minor things to fix here and there. Part of being a homeowner is everything starts to hit you at once. Luckily, there was no roof damage or major repairs in that sense, because I don't think I could handle that right now. But overall, you know, garden's doing great, so that's what's important. All right, well, it's the end of the video, and thank you for sitting for the update. I'm glad that, you know, people are out there supporting me in my gardening efforts and giving me all the advice that they are. All right, so I just want to take a moment to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. Today's not going to be like the greatest. My dad lives too far away, even though he watches. Hey, Dad, Happy Father's Day. And Brian had to work today. He's gone all day. Like, he's already gone. We woke up, made coffee and breakfast, and that was all the time we got to spend with him. And don't get to see him throughout the daytime until Wednesday and Thursday when he's off. So maybe we'll do some grilling and celebrate then. But yeah, just want to say Happy Father's Day to all of you. You guys deserve it. Good job being great dads, and have a wonderful day, guys. Enjoy yourselves and do what you need to do, and just relax. Enjoy the day. All right, so I'm going to head in. I'm going to relax for a few minutes, and then I'm going to come back out and weed some beds and do a lot of work, because I don't get to relax today. I relaxed yesterday. So I did get one day of relaxation. That's better than none. I did get one day. One day. I'll enjoy it. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.